So you've been doing this a little while, it sounds like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went out to actually, it's kind of a funny story. I hitchhiked out to Colorado from Ohio 10 years ago in April. And when I got there, I found a job on Craigslist trimming weed, man. And it all started by an ad on Craigslist, man.
Hell yeah. No, there you go.
So
got to get in the door somehow.
That's right. So I ended up managing a grow in Colorado for about 4 years and then went to Oklahoma and grew for 5 years out there too. So.
Okay. And you currently are on the West Coast, East Coast?
Yeah, I'm in Ohio now. I'm back in Ohio. I was born and raised in Ohio. So, yep.
Okay. Good deal. Okay. Good deal. Yep. Oh yeah,
yep.
man.
So yeah, I've been in the cannabis industry for 9 years, almost 10 years.
Okay. And so how long you been a stand-up comic or a comic?
3 years now. I've been doing comedy for 3 years.
Okay.
Yep, and I go by Hippie Steve, so I try to keep it with the started stoner comedy. I have other jokes and stuff in there too, but definitely started off by doing the 420 stuff. So
good deal. Yeah, I'm glad you're not scared to talk about that, and
yeah, for sure. I mean,
yeah. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. But yeah,
that's
very
exactly
cool,
right.
Man.
It's not for everybody, but there is a market out there for sure for the 420 comedy.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Very cool, man. Well, here, let me throw some questions at you so we don't take up too much time. But let's see here. I had it all ready to go until, like I said, I got busy. But yeah, we'll see here. Okay. All right. Okay. And did you get a chance to see the questions?
I did not.
Okay. I'm sorry. Usually I send them out just so you get just take your time and answer it. It's pretty simple questions, but so how do you approach creating content that educates and engages your audience while navigating the complex legal and social stigmas behind cannabis?
How do I go about creating content? Well, let's see. Like what you said about breaking stigmas, I always try to just one way I do that is I try to figure out a way that would I like to make videos and content about smoking in public places that most people are afraid to break the stigma, say, hey, you know what, we're here, we're stoners, and we're allowed to smoke too. It's legal now. So I do a lot of content based around. Yep.
Good. Well, that's what it takes, man.
And then also when I was growing, I also involved my kids in videos. Like I would take my kids to the grow. I would make videos of them walking around the plants and smelling them and checking them out.
Bit by the plants or addicted to drugs?
Nope. Believe it or not, man, they're still off the hard drugs.
They're still good kids. Yeah. Well, on. So that can happen as well. No, that's good. I'm glad you're involving them. It might help for gardening someday, whether they choose cannabis or not. But gardening.
Yeah, definitely. So yep. No, in Oklahoma, they actually encouraged to bring your kid to the grow and teach them. They actually encourage it. So it was 100% legal to bring your kids to the grow and everything. So Oklahoma had that going pretty right. Yep.
Yeah, Washington, you had to be 21 years old to be on the property. Boy, you had to have a badge and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad they're a little more relaxed about that. That's really cool, man. I had no idea about that. So very cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Question number 2. What trends or innovations in the cannabis industry are you most excited about, and how are you going to incorporate them in future content?
Let's see. That's a good question. One more time. What was that again?
Okay, yeah. What trends or innovations in the cannabis industry? So anything like from lights to growing techniques, to new cameras, filters, whatever. How are you going to, what are some of the new things coming up that you might be excited about that you're going to incorporate in some of your upcoming content that you create? Yeah,
well, I'm going to start doing more growing content as well. I haven't really done much. I used to do a lot of grow content, but it was took a break and started doing more of the comedy stuff. But I want to get back into the grow content, and I want to find out more like organic, like type of product lines to incorporate into my content. I like the hippieism, trying to be like all about Mother Earth and less chemicals and using everything that is around
sun grown and stuff like
exactly. That. Yeah. I had grown some plants out in Ohio last year outside, so I'm gonna do some more outside this year and. Like I said, more organic nutrients, newer lights. They're always coming out with new lights. I got a nice little grow tent here, the newer tent. Definitely going to be incorporating some of this stuff into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Leave less of a footprint. So very cool. Number 3, can you share an example of a piece of content that you've created that had a significant impact on your audience and what exactly was it about that content that made it have an impact?
Okay, now, like I said, I do more comedy, so a lot of it is
Okay,
on
yeah,
more.
so yeah, you can be from. Are you getting good feedback from your audience about your show, and then they're glad that you're talking about cannabis and everything? And
Oh yeah, definitely. I've gotten good feedback about the comedy. I was gonna say I do more like comedy type reels and videos. So like when it snows out, I'll make a snowbong or a snowball, and and try to engage with the audience that way with whatever time of the year it is, or with the comedy. I try to stick.
keep it current.
Like I said, I've geared away from the growing because I didn't do growing for a little bit, but I more geared towards the comedy now. But yeah, like I always try to, anywhere I go, I try to talk about cannabis in my comedy sets just to get, because they're out there. Some people might be closet smokers or something, but they're out there, man, and they'll appreciate.
No, I'm getting some closet nominees that kind of said thank you, but I don't really need this kind of recognition. That's
right.
each their own. And yeah, absolutely. So
definitely.
What's off limits on the comedy tour for Hippie Steve? Anything?
What's off limits?
Yeah, what don't you get into? What topics?
I don't get into politics.
It's a smart man. Yeah. Or sexuality, maybe things like that. Yeah, keep it.
Politics and religion, because you can never change somebody's mind on either or. I mean, somebody's going to be set on politics, somebody's going to be set on religion, and to each their own. And so one thing on my page I don't ever talk about is politics. I did have a comment, or I posted something a couple weeks ago about whether or not the U.S. was going to move forward or backwards with cannabis underneath Trump. But I said all negative comments will be deleted. This is an adult conversation.
Yeah. This is if you can't be nice, don't come to play. But yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, those are the two major
things. It's getting more difficult to kind of talk between the sides and get opinions and stuff like that. Unfortunately. Yeah.
And people are really mean when it comes to some people are really rude when it comes to religion and politics. So it's like, let's stay away from that. Let's just keep to the smoking and the cannabis.
And the comedy. That's what it's all about. Comedy's fun. I'm glad.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Smart.
So, yeah.
Number 4, how do you ensure your content? There we go. So we just kind of answered it, but we'll go over this real quick again. How do you ensure that your content is inclusive and representative of the diverse community, including medical, recreational advocates, without dividing yourself up? So
definitely just by creating content for everybody, man. Doing the comedy and doing some growing and doing just some live videos of chatting with the people and keeping them engaged and seeing what everybody's smoking on and kind of stuff like that. Just reaching out to the community and keeping in touch with them and stuff.
Good deal. Okay. And very last, what challenges have you faced as a cannabis content creator, and how did you overcome those obstacles?
Well, let's be honest, man. I think we've all come across the same challenge, and that's the Zuck ban, right? We've all dealt with 30-day bans and message bans and group bans and all that crap, man. I mean,
hate messages.
That's the biggest challenge I've ever, trying to get out there and spread the word of cannabis. That's the biggest challenge I've ever come across was Facebook banning it, and it's like, and the only way to overcome is just keep pushing, man. I mean, if they delete a page or if they delete your profile, you make another one and you just keep pushing, man, because eventually it's going to break through. I've grown my page up to 57,000 followers, man, and I don't know how I've done it, but I've just keep posting.
Posting. It's not you did it by not insulting everybody and trying to divide the world and give your personal opinion as law. So that's what it takes, man, and people are appreciating it. Are you on Instagram?
I used to be on Instagram. I have an Instagram handle. I don't get on there. Once I started doing the Facebook and it started going off, I just kind of stopped.
Okay, so the best place to find you is Hippie Steve on Facebook.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing I'm on. So
good deal.
That's where I'm active every day. I'm always on there every day, man. So
absolutely, yeah. Good deal.
They pay me. They pay me. Why not?
Yeah. Take advantage. Yeah, you got to end this with a joke or.
Well, 420 is on Easter this year, so everybody blaze it and praise it.
There you go. I love it. Perfect. Thank you very much, Steve, for being Hippie Steve, for being here today. Congratulations on your nominations and good luck with the show, man.
I appreciate everything you're doing, man. I appreciate all of this, man. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.